How's it going, boys? My name is Alchemist, and welcome back to the Alchemy Corner. Welcome back to Mailbag, the show where I answer all of your thought-provoking questions because for some reason or another, you all trust me to not give you terrible life advice. Which is crazy, considering this is the second time I've done an episode of one of these. Like, you could go back and look at the last one I did, which I think was like 2 years ago. That's when like this channel was first starting out, and I just think that's wild. I hope to do Mailbag more consistently, so if you have a question, feel free to click the link in the description. Let's read some mail, baby. How do you cope with this sense of loneliness throughout the day? Now, this is one that I've struggled with for years. It's not easy to have a sense of loneliness, throughout your life, constant at all times, but I will say I do think that you can control it more than you think. Now, in my personal opinion, I think the best medicine for loneliness is your friends or your family. Now, that may not always be reliable because your friends aren't going to exactly be there for you 24/7. They've got lives too, but I think that's a good starting point. Also, pay attention if you're feeling this way at nighttime. That could very well mean that you're just very tired and you need some sleep. That's kind of what it has been for me in the past. The worst thing you could do is isolate yourself when you're feeling lonely because it's just going to amplify your feelings times 20 and you're just not going to have a good time. So my simple answer, just hang out with friends, dude. I know that might be easier said than done considering, you might not be able to hang out with your friends all the time, but I promise you it will be so beneficial to you. Why does everyone think differently and can we ever change that? I'm going to go ahead and say no, we can't ever change that. In my opinion. I mean, maybe in a perfect world, everyone would agree on everything, but then the world would be kind of boring, It's a tough question to break down because you have to get to the basis of what are people arguing about? Is it something substantial like religion or politics? Or is it something minimal like who's the better superhero, Batman or Superman? It's Batman, by the way. This is just a fact. Now, if it's one of those substantial topics like I just talked about, you have to understand that people have different upbringings in their households. And so when they've carried those lessons with them throughout their entire life, and then someone comes along and challenges those beliefs, they automatically feel defensive. And it's not necessarily because they actually want to defend the issues. It's because they've grown up with it and it's so ingrained in their heads that they almost feel like it's a part of them. You also have your people that love to debate or love to disagree for the sake of disagreeing. People look at debating or disagreeing as an art form. You see it a lot in extroverted people because they want to get a chance to show off their public speaking skills. This is why I say music is subjective. I have artists I listen to that I think are the absolute goats, but obviously not everyone shares that sentiment. There are people that genuinely think Lil Nas X or Kodak Black are the best rappers of all time, and obviously I don't agree with that. But if they wholeheartedly believe that those artists are truly the best at what they do, then there's no way I can change that. Yeah, I could debate with them all day about how their opinions are wrong and how my artists are better than theirs, but that doesn't really get us anywhere. Now, personally, I'm down for a good debate. To be honest, though, I don't understand what the point of debating is. When I was younger, I used to think, what's the point of debating? No one's gonna be persuaded by either side to go to the other side. It just doesn't work. And now I think I've understood that I think it's more about defending your stances and your beliefs in case they are ever challenged by someone else. Which I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty good skill to have. I've debated before. I've had a lot of fun with it, but I never walked out of a debate once thinking, yeah, I feel really good about that. To sum up, everyone comes from different backgrounds, everyone has different belief systems based on their upbringing, and I don't think we could all ever get on the same playing field in terms of beliefs. Maybe there are very few exceptions where everyone is united against one issue going on in the world and we all rally behind it, but most of the time that's not really ever going to happen. But hopefully that's an answer you're satisfied with. And that's going to do it for Mailbag today. Boys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.